The sun was sinking behind the mountains when a young man climbed the old path, leading to a solitary house on the hill. The house was small, weathered by rain, shaped by time. Yet people traveled from distant places to seek the wisdom of the old man who lived there. That evening, however, something unusual arrived before the young man spoke a single word. It was anger. It lived in the way he walked, in the tension of his shoulders, in the storm hidden behind his eyes. Finally, he stood before the old man and said, "I am angry, angry at those who betrayed me, angry at those who insulted me, angry at a world that never seems fair." The old man listened quietly, as though he had heard the same confession 1,000 times before. Then he asked a simple question. If you hold a burning coal in your hand to throw at someone else, who gets burned first? Silence filled the evening air. For the first time, the young man had no answer. Anger is one of humanity's oldest companions, older than kingdoms, older than wars, older than memory itself. It arrives uninvited and often disguises itself as strength. But anger has a secret. It rarely harms its target first. It harms its owner, like a fire kept inside a wooden house, like poison carried in a golden cup. The damage begins long before anyone else notices. That is why so many people spend years fighting others, while never realizing they are at war with themselves. Years later, the young man would remember that evening, not because he learned how to defeat his enemies, but because he learned something far more difficult: how to defeat the enemy within. And perhaps that is the greatest victory a human being can ever achieve. Because conquering 1,000 people may earn you applause, but conquering your own anger brings you peace. And in the end, peace is worth far more than victory.